Hare Krishna. Okay, so we will start with 2.41. Vyavasayatmika buddhihi ekeha kuru nandana bahushakayanantascha buddhayo vyavasayinam. Yes, Snigdha Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Those who are on this path are resolute in purpose, and their aim is one. The intelligence of those who are irresolute is many branched.
Hare Krishna. Mataji, all the devotees, Prabhujis and Matajis, I hope you are going through the purports, because it takes 1 week and then you forget what is happening. So hope you are going through it. Here, Lord Krishna is talking about attachment, and what is function of our mind, right? What does my mind do? It is running after something or the other all the time. Even while we are doing japa, the mind is going elsewhere. Then we have to bring back that mind, right? Whether it is like person, objects, something, anything, comfort, situations, something happens, right? So if the thoughts of some person or objects repeatedly it is coming to our mind, what happens? It means that mind is definitely attached to it. If bar, same thought is going like a tape recorder, then. But if this mind that gets attached, it is that mind, right? So what is Lord Krishna trying to say? Lord Krishna is bringing the intellect into this topic of attachment. That is why. So what is the role of intellect in eliminating attachment? How can it remove the attachment? How can intellect do that? Right? See, within our body is what? It's antahkarana, like called heart. Colloquially, we call it heart, right? We have a heart. Everyone has. What does it have? It has like mind, intellect, and ego. We have that subtle body, right? Mind, intellect. In this subtle machine, what happens? Intellect is superior to the mind. It is the boss. Main boss home, big boss. So what does it do? It makes decision. Mind is creating desire. You know what? I want to eat ice cream. The intellect will tell us, no, you have cold. You're not supposed to eat ice cream. It is the boss. It is going to tell. Mind is going to have desires. You know, it will get attracted to anything and everything. But whatever intellect will tell, that is what is going to happen. For example, intellect will decide, money is very, very important in my life. That is the source of my happiness. Mind will run after wealth only. Mind will run. If intellect says, no, prestige, my status is very, very important thing in my life, mind will crave for all kinds of reputation and fame and name and everything. So mind develops desires in accordance in the knowledge of the intellect also, right? Intellect knows what is mind doing. Throughout the day, we are, we try to control our mind with the intellect. Like while we are sitting at home, for example, we will have informal postures. We can sit like this. We can do in whatever way we want, because in which mind is finding comfortable. But same thing, when we go and sit in the office, how do we sit? We sit properly in a straight position, right? We're not sitting the way we want to on the sofa or whatever. See, it is not that the mind enjoys the formality. In the office, mind is really enjoying, oh, formal posture, mind is really enjoying. No, given its way, it will want to be like how it is at home, informal, like putting hands up or whatever. But intellect decides. Intellect decides, no, this is office. You have to wear formal clothes and you have to sit formally. That's how it decides. So intellect is controlling the mind. And that is how in the office when we go, or in the schools or colleges when we go, we have that proper posture. We don't sit the way we want to, right? We follow the decorum, the rules of that workplace, right? Similarly, the mind, it does not enjoy doing office work. If I give my mind freedom, then it will say, forget it, let's go, just sit in the garden, enjoy, rather, watch something. Intellect. It's the intellect that will tell, no, working in office, school, college, wherever it is very, very important, because you have to earn your living. If you won't do, then where will you get the money from? So intellect has that the natural tendency to control over the mind, right? That is how people are working 8 hours a day. Otherwise, if their mind gets to rule, they will come back after 2 hours. So that is this example. Why am I giving this example? It is helping us to understand that for us human beings, our intellect possesses the ability to control the mind, right? But we must cultivate that intellect with proper knowledge. We are trying to get that knowledge which Krishna is trying to give us and use it to guide this mind in proper direction. So it is buddhi yoga, the art of detaching the mind from the fruits of action. How? By developing resolute decisions of the intellect, that all work, whatever we are doing, it is for the pleasure of God. That kind of development we have to bring, we have to train, we have to tame our mind. Such a person of resolute intellect, these rishis, their sadhus, the gurus, they have done that. They are persons of resolute intellect. They have cultivated single-minded focus on the goal. They know what their goal is. And they are traversing the path, like how arrow is released from the bow and goes and hits the target. That's how these rishis, munis, and saints are doing. We have to practice that path same as that. We can, everybody can. But the thing is, mind becomes stronger than the intellect here in our case. But we know from example that intellect controls the mind. So this resolve, it becomes very, very high when you go in the stages of sadhana as we are going, right? And nothing can stop the sadhak from going into this path if we want to. So even if there are millions and millions of obstacles on the path, okay, I am the only one doing Krishna bhajan at home, nobody follows, they are eating non-veg, I am not eating, they are not letting me do, there will be a number of obstacles. Even the whole world may start criticizing, kya Krishna, Krishna karte rehte hain and all that. Even if I have to lay down my life, I will not give up my sadhana. If I strive like that, then it will be. But many times it doesn't happen. But those whose intellect is many, many branched, because it is running in all directions, then what will happen? We will not be able to focus our mind that is required to tread the path, right? Lord Krishna is saying that. So how do we know whose consciousness has merged in transit, who has gone higher level? How do we know? The answer Lord Krishna says is, such a person speaks only of Krishna, of the Lord, of the matters relating, transcended. Srila Prabhupada tells this. He wants to be a Sthita Dhir Muni, completely stable. He is a sage who can control his mind. He is interested only in absolute truth, right? Vyavasatmika buddhi. Vyavasatmika buddhi means here Lord Krishna has said, he says those who are in this path, which path? Buddhi yoga path. Their glories are given. What is the glories that Lord has given? The intelligence of these people on Buddhi Yoga, very resolute in Krishna consciousness. Nobody can remove them from Krishna consciousness. They have only one aim. But what about people who are whose intelligence is not resolute? Their intelligence is wavering. What about Bhahushaka, multi-branch? That means their focus is distributed in various ways. What happens to them? Resolute means what? One aim. Such a person will have strong faith, right? Such people who have strong faith, they are not obliged to anyone. They will not get into this karma kanda aspect of fruitive result. मैं ये पूजा करूंगी तो मुझे ये मिलेगा. I will do this, then I will get a son. I will do this, I will get some wealth. They are not subject to dualities in this world, right? Matra sparshastu kaunteya shitoshna sukha dukkhada. That they are not bothered about the duality, sorrows or happiness. They get this on two aspects. What? How? They get this knowledge about the soul. Once we understand about perfect knowledge about the soul, then we can. And they also get perfect knowledge about Vasudeva, that is Krishna. Right? How Lord Krishna has told, Bahunam Janmanam Ante Jnanavan Mam Prapadyate Vasudeva Sarvamiti Samahatma Sudurlabha. After many, many janams we have taken, there virla koi hoga, there will be hardly somebody who will surrender unto me. That's what Lord Krishna says, right? So let's see what Lord Krishna talks about less intelligent people in the coming shlokas. Let's see that. Yamimam pushpitam vacham pravadantya vipashchitaha vedavadharata partha nanyadastiti vadinaha kamatmana swarga paraha janma karma palapradam kriya vishesha bahulam bhogaishwarya gatim prati. Yes, Mataji, Cheryl Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Men of small knowledge are very much attached to the flowery words of the Vedas, which recommend various fruitive activities for elevation to heavenly planets, resultant good birth power, and so forth. Being desirous of sense gratification and opulent life, they say that there is nothing more than this. Hare Krishna Mataji.
How true, Hare Krishna, how true, right? So Vedas are divided into three sections. There is a Karmakand section also, ritualistic, jahan puja, path and all that is written. It's written in there. And then there is a Jnana Khanda, which is knowledge, which gives us knowledge section. And Upasana Khanda, which is devotional section. So the Karma Kanda section, what does it tell? It tells how you have to perform the puja, what will you get. If you do this puja, then you will get this reward. And if you do this puja, then you will be promoted to heaven. This is all is written in that Karma Kanda section of the Vedas. And those who seek these kind of sensual pleasures, what do? They want to glorify this section of the Vedas. There are other sections of the Vedas also, but they want to glorify this one. Like, heavenly abodes. It will have more luxuries than what we are going through over here. And definitely it will be better than the earth, right? Greater facility. बड़ा अच्छा air conditioner होगा, or better, maybe you don't even need air conditioner over there. The climate will be so good, like in some of the European countries, like climate is excellent. So better sensual enjoyment. You will find maybe better modes of entertainment also, right? You don't have to sit and watch TV. These are all boring in front of those we don't know. But elevation to that heavenly abodes, it does not mean that we are spiritually elevated. No. If we are thinking like that, that's a wrong thinking. Heavenly abodes are also within this material universe, right? So once we have gone over there, whatever good amount of good credits or pious credits that we have collected, it will get depleted. Then what happens? Wapas aaja, come back to the earth. So people, those who don't understand this or who have very limited understanding, they will try, I will do this puja to go to Swargalok, thinking that the whole purpose of Veda is to go to Swargalok. No. What will happen? Pious credits finish, come back, take birth again. Life, death cycle will go on without even trying to endeavor for self-realization or God realization, right? But those who have got the spiritual wisdom, they will not make heaven their goal. They will not say, I want to go to Swarg, right? So see, ritualistic portion of Vedas are telling that hundreds of techniques are there how to attain this world. Like for example, you want wealth, all right, do this yajna. Panditji will tell you, you do this properly, your wish will be fulfilled and you will get wealth. And let's say my goal was to become a millionaire. Somehow or the other, I achieved that goal. Somehow. Okay, I did this yajna and I got. Material goal is never fulfilled, right? My goal was 1 million. Now I want 10 million. So now am I satisfied? No. I want 1 billion. That is the nature of desire. Desire never finishes, right? So why are Vedas teaching us how to attain all this world? Why is it so? Lord Krishna is saying, I'm going to teach. What is the real purpose of Vedas? Lord says, those who make this mental decision that, okay, happiness lies in my world, in this whole world, they are the ones who are getting attracted by the flowery words of the Vedas. Vedas, these flowery words are given, right? They are attracted to those and they don't understand the real purpose of Vedas. Because real purpose of Vedas, according to Lord Krishna, what he's saying is to attain Lord. However, Vedas are teaching us how to attain the world. Do you want a son? Okay, I want. Do Putra Kameshti Yajna. If you do it properly, your wish will be fulfilled. You want wealth? Do this, or this way, or whatever way. Why Vedas are deceiving us in this way? This question comes, right? Why Vedas are deceiving? They say, do yajna, you will get this. And then if my thing is to attain God, then why Vedas are giving this? If Vedas are manifested knowledge of God only, and ultimate objective is to take the soul back to God, then why Vedas are teaching us how to attain the world? Why? This question doesn't come. It comes, right? not all the Vedas, a segment of the Karma Kanda section, the Karma Kanda ritualistic portion of the Vedas tell this. You do this yajna, you will get this benefit. You do this puja, you'll get this benefit, right? What is the logic? If we start thinking, what is the reason? Reason is that, Vedas are like, you can say, compare it to a merchant shop, a general merchant, general bazaar, where you can get anything and everything. They keep everything, right? In the general supermarket, you can say. Vedas are also like that. Because Vedas are like working for the reality of the society. Not everybody wants God. Not everybody is seeking God. Let's say Vedas taught only how to get God, for example. Then what about those who are not interested in God? What should they do? What is the pathway for them? They don't want to seek God. Now what to do? So Vedas say, all right, even if you don't want God, we will teach you how to do it. So you will stay in our regulations, because even if you have to do Putra Kameshti, do you think it's so easy? No, you have to follow some rules and regulations. So we will bind you in our rules so that you don't become very playful. You don't become the slave of your mind. You become disciplined. Because if you say you do this kind of vrat, you do 18 days vrat, you do this yajna, it is all a lot of discipline. You want this world? We will tell you what to do. Do this, follow this rule, this rule, this rule. Don't eat onion garlic, don't eat for 7 days, don't eat for 18 days. They will have lot of rules and regulations. So, soul gets caught up in these rules and regulations. Slowly, the soul gets starting elevated. Because you are doing so much of yajna, the soul starts getting elevated. Here, Lord is helping Arjuna to elevate himself from this basic platform. And he says, Arjuna, don't go towards that section of Vedas that is teaching worldly attainment. Please don't go that side. You make your goal as one. That is God realization. Because this worldly attachment is waste, right? There's no point going towards the worldly attachment. Can you not understand, Arjuna? It is temporary. Let's say your goal was to become a millionaire. Even if you achieve it, are you content? No. Even when we are singing that Bhaja Govindam song, if you have heard any time, it is mentioned there, right? In that, in one of the stanzas, it is there. In the race to attain this worldly desires, old age will come in. We will not be able to walk. We will be getting the reading glasses. And right here, what do we want? We want happiness. And that's our expectation. I mean, will we get it? Before we know that death is going to knock the door, right? Desire will never leave. So that's why one has to try in this direction. There is no end to it. There is no end to desire. If you go to heaven, there will be more enjoyment. Apsaras will be there. But the nature of desire will remain same, right? There's a story about Indradev. Once a Lord, Supreme Lord, Supreme Personality of Lordhead, he gave darshan to Indra. So Indra offered his obeisances, respects. So Lord Krishna said, Indra, what do you want? Ask. Indra said, Lord, oh, I will ask, but then you will not refuse. Promise me, God, please. I said, okay, fine, ask. Indra said, Lord, first make commitment. I want to know. Lord said, all right, I'm committing. Indra, ask me, what do you want? Indra said, Lord, give me a woman who is even more beautiful than my Indrani, my wife Indrani, much more beautiful than that. Lord said, Indra, what are you asking for? Lord, he said, I have come before you. What is this you are asking? I have just come and I'm standing right in front of you and you are asking me this? Indra said, oh Lord, see, I told you, please promise first. You said, okay, I'm committing. God said, okay, fine, Indra. All right. He manifested over 1 million women. He said, choose whoever you want. So Indra saw the first one, Urvashi, the celestial Apsara. He selected. God said, okay, look at Indra. Indra said, no, my lord. This is fine. He took Urvashi with him and went to his Lok, Indra Lok. Brihaspati was there. His guru, Brihaspati. So he said, Guruji, today I have the darshan of the Lord. He said, wow, wonderful. Haribol, my disciple, I'm so happy for you. But who is this by your side? Where is your wife, Indrani? So that's what I am saying, Guruji. I had a darshan of the Lord. Today, Guruji said, okay, that's all right. I'm very happy about that. But my question is, who is standing by your side? Where is the queen? Guruji, you know, you're not understanding. God said, ask for a boon. What do you want? So I have asked her. Brihaspati goddess said, oh my God, I have got such a disciple, oh, like him, oh God. God manifested himself. God said, what do you want? Again, he asked for the same thing. Oh my God. So you see, even in the heavenly abode, there is no end to desire. That's the example we're trying to take out. So Lord Krishna tells Arjuna, try and understand, Arjuna, that is not the direction which you want. You want the direction of the eternal welfare. And the direction of eternal welfare, you will get by rejecting that portion of the Vedas that talks about material benefits and try to make God realization your goal of life. Don't get allured by these flowery words of the Vedas. Those spiritual wisdom, you know, it will not make even the heaven their goal. Heaven should not be our goal, right? So, okay, let's see what Lord Krishna is going to speak about such people. भोगैश्वर्य प्रसक्तानां तया अपहृत चेतसां व्यवसायात्मिका बुद्धिः समाधौ न विधीयते. Yes, Pravina Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji. In the minds of those who are too attached to sense enjoyment and material opulence and who are bewildered by such things, the resolute determination for devotional service to the Supreme Lord does not take place. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna. See, Lord is talking more about such people. In the minds of people, you know, see, the ones who are attached to bhog, sense enjoyment, and aishwarya, material opulence, what happens to them? Lord says, taya apaharta chetasam. Taya, by such thing. Apaharta chetasam means what? They are always bewildered by such things. Like vyavasayatmika buddhi, but the resolute determination, that determination for what? Determination for devotional service. Na vidhiyate, does not take place for them. See here the word samadhav. Did you notice the word samadhav? Samadhi means focused mind. People, you know, generally they have this question, oh, how to focus our mind? This shloka will help us to understand this. But before that, let's understand who cannot attain samadhi, who cannot attain that fixed or focused mind. Shloka says, who are too attached to bhoga and aishwarya. Bhoga means sense enjoyment. Mujhe ye bhi chahiye, wo bhi chahiye, that chahiye, wo chahiye. Everywhere the senses are going all around, haywire. And aishwarya means, not Aishwarya Mataji over here. Aishwarya means material opulence. Like, you know, you want wealth and all that. They can't attain that state of stability, that state of focused mind, right? So, see, why, let's understand why we can't. Because, see, mind, there is a space in the mind, right? Which is there. There is this much space. For example, most of the time, what is happening? People who are struggling hard for bhoga and aishwarya, they are always thinking how to get better things. How can I increase my wealth? How can I increase my property? Naturally, how will the mind get any space for spiritual sadhana or practice, right? The mind is filled with that. You have to empty your mind a little bit, right? In fact, their whole life is wasted with such bewildered faith. Why waste? See, let's say a student, he has worked day and night, he has been working. Finally, he is getting admission into Harvard University, or let's say Oxford University. You know, he has worked very hard. You don't just get any student won't get into it. You have to be really hardworking. And after getting admission, let's say, he starts looking around. Which food is very nice? Oh, that canteen, I will go to that canteen and taste this one. No, I think I will go to that restaurant. He's visiting daily and trying to see where he can eat and what food is the best, in which canteen the food is best and all that, right? So, and the focus is only on eating throughout the day. And the whole semester goes away and he's still thinking about the food around the area. Now, what was the initial purpose? Why did he come to the university, that to Harvard and Oxford University? He came for a higher purpose, to get a degree from that elite university, right? Ivy University or whatever you say. But what happened? Then he got caught into this lower purpose of life, got deviated. He lost all his credits, failed. See, he could not work hard to get into, he had slogged like anything to get into this university, right? But what was he doing? Happily enjoying food here and there. But if he had to enjoy food only, he need not have worked so hard to come into this university. He could have just not worked hard and gone and tasted food all over the place. Why come all the way to the topmost university and waste time in this? Same cases with us. We have got this rare human form. And what are we using it for? What aspects? We are putting this all rubbish over here, like gossip, complaints, serial, for all kinds of bhogas, sense enjoyments, all kind of aishwaryas. Right? If you have got a Toyota car, you want Mercedes. If you have Mercedes, you want Ferrari, God knows what all. It's like that student who wasted his life in topmost university doing nothing but eat. And then what happened ultimately? Failed. Rare opportunity we have got. Rare human birth we have got. What should it be used for? Higher purpose. The purpose is to break from this cycle of birth and death. Otherwise, this whole space that is there in the mind will be filled with Saas Bahu serials, and who is doing what is my neighbor doing, complaining to husband, grievances, talking about relatives, calling them up and asking who is doing what. Then you ask how to fix the mind, how to focus the mind. How can your mind be focused? How will we get fixed mind? What is the solution? Empty your mind. Give it some space for spirituality, some time. Like we are doing, reading Bhagavad Gita, trying to understand, listening, Shravanam, Kirtanam, chanting, understanding the relationship between the soul and the super soul, trying to go higher and higher and not lower, right? Then slowly with Abhyas tu kaunteya vairagyena cha grihate says, right? Krishna in chapter 6. So like that we do Abhyas practice, then detach our mind. Then what will happen? Mind will slowly start focusing. Then we have to reset the mind. And in Kali Yuga, what is the resetting done in Kali Yuga? What is the best thing Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said? Namasmaranam. Namasmaranam dhanyopayam. Right? So we have to keep doing Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So let's see, Lord goes on to talk more about this topic, how we can overcome. We have to get out of this lower state of consciousness, right? Let's see in the next shloka. Tregunya Vishaya Vedaha Nistregunyo Bhavarjuna Nirdvandvo Nitya Sattvastaha Niryoga Kshema Atmavan. Yes, Kirti Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji. The Vedas deal mainly with the subject of the three modes of material nature. O Arjuna, become transcendental to these three modes. Be free from all dualities and from all anxieties for gain and safety, and be established in the self. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna. So what is Lord saying over here? He says Vedas mainly deal with what? Trevishya. Trevishya Veda means subjects of three modes of material nature. We have already done in level 1, right? And what are the three modes of material nature? Anybody knows? What are the three modes?
Goodness, action,
Yeah.
ignorance.
Yes.
Goodness.
Correct. And the Lord is saying, oh Arjuna, Nistre Gunyo Bhaya, become transcendental, go above the three modes of material nature, go beyond the three modes of material nature. Tregunya Vishya, Veda is telling three modes of material nature. But Arjuna, Nistre Gunyo Bhava Arjuna, come on, move ahead. Don't get stuck over here. So Lord is telling Arjuna what he should do. He is instructing, Nirdvandho, be free from these dwandas, dualities, like, happiness, sorrow and all that. Niryoga Kshema means become free from the idea of, protection, gain, all this. Just get away from this, become free from that. And finally, what Lord is saying, Nitya Sattvastho Atmavan. Be established in the Atma, self. Lord Krishna is talking about self-realization. Be established in the self. Nitya Satvastho Atmavan. So easy, right? Tregunya Vishya, Veda is telling about 3 Vishyas. Nistregunya, go up beyond that, Arjun. Nirdvandvo, these dvandas, get away from that. Niryoga Kshemam, get away from this Kshema, protection, all this, get away from that. Nitya Sattvasto Atmavan, go into the self. So in this verse, what Lord Krishna is trying to instruct Arjuna is to go beyond the 3 modes of material. Till now, what Lord Krishna was telling so far, fight, Arjuna, because it is your duty. So Lord also spoke, what will happen if he fights? He says, Arjuna, kya ho jayega? If you lose by any chance, you will die and you will go to heavenly planets because you are martyr. And if you live, you will win, you will live to enjoy your kingdom. Now Lord Krishna is saying, no, rise above the dualities, rise above the 3 modes, become transcendental to all these rituals and whatever Vedas are telling you and all the material activities. Get away from all this. See, if you remember in chapter 1, Arjuna gave reasons for not fighting, right? Anybody remembers those 5 reasons, 4 reasons, at least 5th one was in chapter 2 only. Anybody remembers what are the reasons?
Yeah, family,
Compassion,
conscience, and
indecision,
Yes.
loss of
Mm-hmm.
family tradition.
Yeah, correct, correct. Very good. Compassion, no enjoyment. Sin, it will be sinful, Krishna, and family traditions will get destroyed, right? This 4th point, family tradition will get destroyed. That point is countered over here by Lord. Lord is telling, Arjuna had said, right? Family traditions will get destroyed, Krishna. Then who will do all the rituals? Who will do karma kanda rituals also? So in this shloka, Lord Krishna is saying, oh Arjuna, rise above the karma kanda rituals also. The best part about Vedic culture is it does not reject anyone. That is the best part about Vedic culture. Those who are in the lower rungs of the ladder, they will, because they are not, their consciousness has not gone higher. So they're still low, right? So they can adhere to all these kinds of rituals to place devatas and all. Because see, Vedic culture, it wants to accommodate everyone. Be it a backbencher or be it a front bencher, doesn't matter. It will, it will accommodate all kinds of people. It does not want to say, okay, I reject you. God realization is the only thing. You are coming into this category, fine, otherwise go to hell. No, it is going to adapt. It doesn't matter. You cannot attain, you don't want God, never mind. Come, do this ritual. Then you will get this. Come on. At least that way they are forming some kind of discipline, right? It is giving incentives. Do this. And slowly, slowly, the moment we start following it very faithfully, like they say, Santoshi Mata ka vrat, Sola Somvar ka, whatever. There's so many, right? And we start following it very faithfully. Because sometimes when we follow and we get it, we increase our faith. So the faith is increasing. Slowly, that person is diving deeper and deeper. Then his higher consciousness, he gets to higher consciousness. He comes above the material activities. Slowly enters the transcendence. That is why Vedas are doing this. It's not that it is wrong. Best part about Vedic scripture, that person on the lower platform is slowly, gradually, it is elevated. He is elevated to where he can now understand the difference between the material body and the spirit soul. That's the best part about the Vedas, right? See, there was once a father. Okay, he had got 2 daughters. He got them married off. One to a farmer and the second one to a brick maker. So father first went to the second daughter to see how she was doing and all that. He said, "Oh, father, you know what? It's not great. It's raining so hard, and we have a brick making factory, and we need a lot of sun to dry it up. If it is going to rain like this, cats and dogs, how is it going to happen? We are having a bad time. Can you please pray to God that let him give us some sunshine and not so much of rain?" No, father. Okay, let me see. Then from there, he went to the first daughter's place. Said, "Oh, father, I'm having the best time of my life. I'm having a great day. God gives so much rain and we have got great crops. So please pray to God, to ensure that it rains like this only every year so that we are happy." father thought. Second daughter doesn't want rain. First one says want rain. The one who is a brickmaker's wife, she doesn't want rain. One who is farmer's wife wants rain. What should I pray, God? What should I do? He says, oh Lord, please do whatever you desire. You know what is best for us. See, in life, there will always be winners and losers. That's dualities of life. So we have to get away from that duality. So that's what Lord is trying to explain to Arjuna. Get away from all this duality. Nirdvando, get away from all this. Right? Lord will continue the same topic. Let's see what he says. Yavanartha udapani sarvatas sampludodaki tavan sarveshu vedeshu brahmanasya vijanataha. Yes, Akash Prabhuji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji. As all purposes, small well can be served by a great reservoir of water. Similarly, all the purposes of the Vedas can be served to one who knows the purpose behind them.
Exactly. Hare Krishna. Yavanartha. Yavanartha. All the purpose served by Udapani. Udapani is like well water, small well water. Is Sarvata. At once. Sampludodake. It is served by the large water body or the reservoir that is written. So then Lord, what is Lord saying further? He says Tavan. Similarly, Sarveshu. Sarveshu, all the purposes of Vedas, Vedeshu, all the purposes of the Vedas, Brahmanasya Vijanataha, can be served to that person who knows what is the purpose behind it. See, it is very difficult for us who are living in the modern society to understand about this well concept, right? Because we live in apartments, skyscrapers, 21st floor. It's very difficult for modern generation to understand what we mean by well water. In those days, olden days, they used to use well water for various household purposes. Nowadays, of course, we have tap water. In olden days, they had allotted different wells for different sort of stuff. Like when one well was exclusively kept for maybe drinking water, maybe something, another well for washing clothes, another one for irrigating the fields, whatever. So if you have let's say we have a large water body, a reservoir, large one. Won't we be able to do everything in one place only? Like drinking, water, cleaning, everything, irrigating. Similarly, Lord says, person who has understood the purpose behind the Vedas, he serves all the purposes of the Vedas. See, Vedas are giving up all kinds of karma kanda rituals, right? You do this yajna, you will get this, you will do this. Even in the TV, we see early morning, if you switch it on, they will say, today's Tithi, today's Rashi Fal, Nakshatra. You, according to this Nakshatra, you will have to do this puja, this is japa, right? So here Lord Krishna is saying, a person who knows the purpose behind the Vedas. What is the purpose behind the Vedas? The whole Veda is telling you to know God, to know Krishna, to go back to Godhead, to go back to Goloka Vrindavan. As Lord says in 15th chapter, what does he say? Vedeshta sarvai ahameva vedyo, right? By Vedas, all the Vedas, I am to be known. That's the purpose of Vedas. I am the compiler of Vedanta. I am the knower of Vedas. I am everything. Where are you running after? What ritualistic activity are you doing? So that person, if he understands, will never run after karmakanda rituals because he has understood. God has said, what did he say? Vedeshta sarve ahameva vedyo. He will understand that, Vedas are telling us to go beyond the three modes of material nature, beyond the three modes and become completely transcendental, move. There's no need to go to different wells for washing this well, for cleaning this well, for drinking this well. There's no need to go to different wells, right? Just go to a large water body which will serve the purpose. This is the analogy, right? We will do this japa for Putra Kameshti Yajna, then for wealth we will do Lakshmi Puja, for this Saraswati Puja, for this Ganesh Puja. Then no need to go to different wells. We have a big reservoir, Lord Krishna. So no need to jump from one Karmakanda ritual to another. If Karmakanda ritual is not the ultimate goal, then why is it given in Vedas? Why Vedas are giving Karmakanda rituals? Why not just talk about self-realization and get over with it? Okay, you should understand self only. Please, no karma kanda rituals. Well, as I told you before also, no one is, very few people, 95% people are not interested in God, right? Some are in very lower level. Not everyone in the class wants to understand whatever 100% a teacher is teaching. I'm a teacher, so I will talk about teaching only. So not 100% of people want to understand what teacher is teaching in the class. They are sleeping, daydreaming, whatever they are doing, right? Whether it's school or whether it's right now BG class also, half of you are daydreaming. No offenses, okay? Some just want to pass. Some are not interested in knowledge. They just want to know what questions are coming in the exam. I will have to tackle those questions, and that's it. See, what is self-realization? Srila Prabhupada writes very beautifully that self-realization means two things. One, understand Krishna. Two, understanding our eternal relationship with Krishna. And what is our eternal relationship with Krishna? Lord Krishna says in 15th chapter again, Mame Vamsho Jiva Loke Jiva Bhuta Sanatanaha, right? Each and every living being is part and parcel of mind. Very unfortunate situation. We have forgotten our relationship with Krishna. See, there was this young boy, he was living very happily with his parents all the while, growing up, doing everything. Parents gave him whatever he wanted, parents gave him everything. He would ask, open his mouth to ask, and he would get it. He grew up, got best education possible, got a job. He started earning 6-figure salary also. Now, once he started earning, that's when he became selfish. He didn't want to share anything with anyone. As it's not that parents wanted anything, they were very well off. He moved out of the home. He bought his own he bought his own house. Parents were well off. Parents has a great, huge house. They didn't want anything from him. Just wanted to give him love. That's it. Nothing more. Come home, be with us. That's it. All was okay for a while. Then he got into bad company. Drinking, smoking, vaping, gambling. And once he lost everything when he gambled. He got fired from his job because he was not performing well. Performance was below average. Soon what happened? Shelterless, penniless, worthless, useless, everything, whatever less you can think of. He was ripped off of everything. All this while, parents were looking forward, waiting for their son to return home. Son looked up and cried for his father and mother, and repented for whatever misdeeds and how he dealt with them also. Then prayed sincerely. Parents were continuously extending their hands for help, and the son caught the hand in time and got saved from complete devastation. Otherwise, his life was ruined. He would have gone and committed suicide. Well, that's what we are in this material world. We are like that son, right? And the parent is Krishna. He is extending his hand, but we are so busy in our own miseries and happiness, of so-called happiness, right, that we have forgotten him. See, let's say, okay, let me say, okay, I want to finish reading all the Vedas. I will first read all the Vedas, then I will read all the Upanishads, and then I will try to understand the purpose of life. Okay, wait for me. Will the life wait for me? Srila Prabhupada answers this very nicely. He says, following Vedas is not easy. That Sanskrit language is so difficult to understand. It will go above the mind, above the brain. And so many rules and regulations will be there to follow, which it will be very cumbersome to follow. And this lifetime, say, even if I live for 100 years, I may not be able to finish reading that. I will not even understand. First, reading is not going to finish. Forget about understanding. So studying Vedas, it requires time. Do we have? We are so busy. Where do we have time? Right? What do we have? Where do we have? While young, we are busy earning money. And when we retire, we have bodily ailments. Right? We cannot understand properly the resources we don't have. So what to do? What is the purpose of Vedas? It is to know Krishna, serve Krishna, be with Krishna, revive our relationship with Krishna, and by unoffensively chanting the Mahamantra, right? Canto 3 also in Bhagavatam also says in a shloka, Aho Bhatshwa Pacho Gariyan Yajivagre vartate namatubhyam. Right? So it says very, very nicely, te pustapas teju shashnurarya brahmanuchur nama grananti te. Very nicely it is telling the tongues are chanting the holy name. Even if they are, you are born in the family of Shwapako, means that dog eater. Even such persons are worshipable because their tongues are moving and chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So he is considered to have covered everything, all kinds of austerities, tapasya, gasya, everything he has covered, right? See, people give tax. We all give tax, right? We are all giving tax. Government has hundreds of departments. Now, I can't go and give tax to all those departments. I will just go and pay my income tax in one place, and that is it, right? Then what happens? It automatically reaches all the departments. Whoever wants whatever money, the government has its own arrangement. Similarly, if we pray to Lord Krishna, everyone will be satisfied. We don't have to go and keep praying to every devata. There are so many departments. We can't go pay taxes to every department. Just pay income tax. That is it. Government will see what to do. Krishna will see what to do. Just pray to Krishna. That's it. Pay one income tax. Pray, chant. So Vedas encourage us to reach God. Final goal is surrender to God and with devotion. So let's see. And next section starts with a very popular shloka. People, even children keep, chanting that shloka. Let's see what is that. Karmanyevadhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana ma karma phalahetulbhuhu ma te sangostva karmani. Hare Krishna. Yes, Snigdha Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji. You have a right to perform your prescribed duty, but you are not entitled to the fruits of action. Never consider yourself the cause of the results of your activities and never be attached to not doing your duty. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Excellent. Now Lord Krishna is going to tell the duty, what we are supposed to do and what we are not supposed to do, right? See, Lord Krishna has spoken a lot of things to Arjuna, and that can be categorized like Krishna spoke about jnana, that is knowledge about the body and the soul. Then after a few more things, then Lord Krishna spoke about bhakti that we discussed, in the last shloka also we discussed. Now Lord Krishna is understood. Jnana, bhakti, both are difficult for Arjuna. Let me see what to do. Lord Krishna is describing about karma, karmanyevadhikaraste. To be very specific, nishkarma karma yoga. Now, Lord is going to talk about. Don't expect any attachment to the results. Forget about all that. So, Lord Krishna is describing about karma. It starts with this famous shloka, right, which people often quote, Karmanyevadhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana ma karma phalaheturvuhu ma te sangostva karmani. So here Krishna is saying karmani. Karmani is like what? Prescribed duties. Certainly, eva means certainly. He is saying karmanyevadhikaraste. Right, you are certainly adhikara. You have certain rights. You have the right. You have adhikar. Adhikar for what? You certainly have the right to perform karmani, your prescribed duties. You have the right. Karmanyevadhikarasti. You have the adhikar to do karmani. You have the right to do your work. Right? So, your prescribed duties you can do. Then Krishna says 3 times, ma. Where? Karmanyevadhikarasti. Ma phaleshu kadachana. Ma karma phalaheturvu. Ma te sangostvo karma. 3 times he says ma. Ma in Sanskrit means never. Ma phaleshu kadachana. You are never at any time kadachana entitled for the fruits of action. Never. Phaleshu is fruit. Phal. Then Lord says, ma karma phalaheturbhuhu. Don't consider yourself to be the cause of results of action. You are not entitled. You are not entitled, he says. Then next Lord says, Mate sangostva akarmani. Mate sanga is attachment. Astu karmani. Don't be attached to not doing. Akarmani. There karmani, you do your prescribed duty. Don't be attached to not doing. Means Lord is very clearly saying work, right? Krishna is saying, do your duty. but don't get attached to the results of the action. So we have this question. If we become spiritual, then should we give up our work? Should we stop working? No, that's not what Gita is all about. What is Gita teaching us? How to change our attitude to the work. Attitude needs to be changed. The consciousness we bring to it. Like, for example, Namnishta Prabhuji, he is building a temple in Mangaluru, we all know, right? So let's say for that, workers come all the way from different states. They are coming and they are building. So, for example, if you ask them, why are you working? One may say that you know what, I will get money at the end of the day. I have to go and give money to my family. That's how my family, I get food for my family. Second one may say, this is, I feel very satisfied to work like this. Third one may say, this is a work of God. That's what I'm doing. See, all are working. Activity is same. Everyone is working, activity is same. But what has happened? Consciousness is different. Consciousness has changed so much. So Karma Yoga is what? It involves change of consciousness. Internal. It's not external. External, the work is same. All are doing temple work, all are doing construction work, all the workers are working. Internal consciousness has changed. Lord says to Arjuna, go towards God. You don't have to stop working. Just a small change. Change your attitude towards work. Don't worry about anything else, right? See, that is what is all required. What is the difference that came about? Not the work. Work was just the same. Difference was in his consciousness, his attitude towards work. Earlier, what was happening with Arjuna? He was looking at this war as an opportunity. मैं बदला लूंगा इस दुर्योधन से. Why दुर्योधन से बदला? Why revenge against Duryodhan? Because what all he did with us, what all atrocities he has done with us, and look at what he did with Draupadi. I want to win back the throne of Hastinapur. So unfair. That was his attitude first, right? Earlier. Then after hearing Gita, what happened? He became detached. It doesn't matter. It's not going to lead anywhere. Let me do a service to God. Internal attitude changed, right? It's often a misnomer, it's inaccurate when we say we become spiritual. Do we have to give up work? No, it's a misnomer. See, there was a Chanakya Pandit, many of you might be knowing. He had said, no one can defeat a powerful mind, right? Chandragupta Maurya used to be there, right? Chandragupta Maurya. He asked Chanakya Muni, Pandit, he said, according to like Vedic philosophy, he was a very knowledgeable person. So according to Vedic philosophy, what is the position of a king? Chandragupta Maurya was a king. Chanakya immediately answered, king is nothing but a servant of people, right? That is why ours is also like that, right? By the people, of the people, for the people. Our constitution also says that, right? So that is God consciousness, not the enjoyer. I am the servant. That's how we should start thinking. Why? Because my job is to serve God. If by nature, Arjuna is a warrior, right? By nature, Krishna says, Arjuna, you are a warrior. You will keep doing your work. You are a warrior, you are a Kshatriya, you have to work. You will start doing it for the pleasure of the Lord. That's it. There is nothing higher, greater, or better than service. Service attitude is best. So Vedas say that's our constitutional position. What's our constitutional position? To serve God. Our work is, it's a medium to serve the Lord. It is for God. So karmanyeva adhikaraste. You have the adhikar to do your work. Nobody can take it away from you. You have the adhikar. Do your work. Ma phaleshu. Not the fruits. They are for God. Whether they're good, bad, whatever the fruits may be, right? Don't bother. Did you put in your best effort? Yes, I did. Good. That's good enough. That's fine. That is the best. That's it. So this is the test. If poor results come, we become depressed many times, right? So that, what does it mean? We are attached to the fruits for our own sake. But if it doesn't make a difference to you, then we are detached. Simple as that. The fruits in any case is not in our hands. How do we know, right? One person works hard the whole life, his whole life chasing American dream. He has to go to America. He finds it difficult to make two ends meet also. One person just landed from another country and he settled, adjusted his visa status. Everything is done. How did this happen? Was this fellow more intelligent? No, he was ordinary. So many factors are involved in the results, you know, not only effort, your past karmas, your destiny, what situation is there in hand, how you react to that situation, everything determines all the result, right? That's why, you know, we see one student works 14 hours, slogging, yet he cannot make into Ivy League universities, while another person doesn't work very hard, but he sails along. Everything is, you know, you don't know. So Arjuna's results can't be, you know, Lord Krishna says, Arjuna, results can't be determined by you. You know, you don't know. It's called not attached to outcome, right? Not attached to outcome. So even while working, we should give up the pride of doership that I am doing. So Lord Krishna wants Arjuna to give up that abhiman. Kartit abhiman means the one who is doing the ego of being the doer. He's telling Arjuna, you know, go try to do your work and don't get attached to what the cause of the result. Don't be, you know, don't consider yourself to be the cause for whatever is happening. Don't. Results are not in your hand. That you leave. Do your job. So when we perform actions, then why should we not consider ourselves as doers? That's the question we get, right? We are doing the action. We are the doers. Why should we not consider? The reason is that, you know, the senses, mind, intellect, they are inert. We have the soul, then we have that subtle layer of mind, intelligence, and then we have the gross body outside. So the senses, mind, intellect are inert, right? So God is energizing them with his power. He is the one who is giving us the power. He is putting them at our disposal, right? So that is why we, with the help of that, we are able to do. Only because we get so with that help, we are able, with the power that God is giving to us, we are able to work, right? Like I keep giving example of the tongs in the kitchen. We use that chimta, you know, tongs we are using in the kitchen. If you keep it on the table, it is lying inert. Nothing is happening to it. But they will get energized if I hold it. My hand holds that tongs, then it will start performing the task, right? Then they can perform any task. Like, you know, I can lift the roti, turn the roti, anything. So if we say that no, tongs are the doers of action, is it right? No, tongs are lying like that only. I am giving the energy to the tongs by holding it, right? So if hand did not energize them, what would they be able to do? Nothing. They'll be lying on the table. So if similarly, God does not give us the supply, the body, mind, the soul, mechanism with the power, how will we do any action? Right? We cannot do anything. So we must give up that ego of doing. Remember God, he is the source. He is the one who is giving us all the power. So very nicely it is, you know, in one Sanskrit verse that I read, it was written, you know, whatever I have achieved, whatever I will wish to achieve, I am not the doer, O Madhusudana. It's written over there in a very nice Sanskrit shloka. If I remember, I'll tell next time. So Lord is slowly, he will elaborate on Karma Yoga and what kind of disease we have in our mind. Maybe I should stop over here or, okay. So again, duties towards the body and duty towards the soul. This is what we have learned from this shloka, 2.47, right? That we have to perform our duty, equipoised, O Arjuna, he says. We have to have the duty towards the body and soul. Keep chanting and Swadharma will be that take care of your responsibility. Keep doing your karma, but don't get attached to the results. Shall we stop over here, Aishwarya Mataji, because it's time and we can continue.
Yes, Mataji, we can do that. We can continue tomorrow.
Because I don't want to waste anybody's time. Everybody's time is very precious. You're all coming over here. That itself is great. Okay, so maybe next week we'll continue from here. Vancha kalpatarubhyashta kripa sindhubhya vicha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Vishnu Vrinda ki jai. Thank you so much for coming.
Mataji, we don't have a class tomorrow?
We have